One of the hardest hit spots from the flooding, as Mike mentioned, is Camp Mystic. It's in Kerr County. Camp Mystic did not evacuate before the floods hit. Joining us now for tonight's big close-up is Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Lieutenant Governor, thank you for being here. Tell me for a moment, I know we still have outstanding campers that are missing. Have the families been contacted yet? Have you turned up any of these girls? I know these families are frantic. In fact, I know one of them.
Yeah, Raymond, let me paint a quick picture for you. There are about 15 camps along the Guadalupe that we were checking yesterday when this all began. And Camp Mystic was the one where we were not able to account for everyone. And now that number is 27. There were 750 campers in just that camp alone. There were several thousand along the river. And the gentleman named Delton, who's the city manager in Kerrville, said he was out jogging at 3:30 in the morning and there wasn't a drop of rain and the river was normal. And by the time he showered and got dressed for the morning, suddenly the river rose, as Mike Tobin just said, about 26 to 30 feet in 45 minutes with the power of a freight train running through what was a dry creek, just a rapid pace, destroying everything in its way. So one of the things that Camp Mystic did yesterday is they had the phone numbers of everyone that was at their camp. And so they called those that were missing. They didn't try to call the 750 and say, your daughters are safe. They called, which I thought was very smart, and they called the ones who were missing and said, we are searching for them. So we had a good idea very early of where we were. We surged 400 to 500 people in immediately. Helicopters, we had as many helicopters in the air as we could get safely with drones, because you get too many, you have another disaster in the air. The weather was overcast, even raining yesterday, part of the day. And they rescued. Our brave swimmers rescued over 800 people yesterday, many of those by helicopter, but we still are missing 27.
God bless them.
Well, Lieutenant Governor, you have been in our prayers. Thank you for joining. It's always good to see you. Heavy rain on Friday morning caused the Guadalupe River to rise nearly 30 feet in 45 minutes. Yeah. How wide is the search perimeter, and are enough resources being provided by the local, state, and federal government to assist in the search and rescue?
Yeah, Riley, we are prayer partners. So you know where my heart is. I know where your heart is, and everyone on the panel. This is the time you stand on your rock of faith. This is the time you're tested. We've surged now. There are close to 1,200 people working in shifts, doing everything possible. And the president has put his full weight of the federal government to give us help. Kristi Noem, I talked to her earlier this morning before she came into Kerrville. And so we've gotten all the support we want. We have the best emergency management team in the world, I believe. We had pre-positioned some assets there to help us, because we knew rain was coming, but you can never predict exactly where and what. It was over about 150-mile area the storm could have hit. And what happened at 5 o'clock in the morning or so yesterday was the worst possible storm in the worst possible place to the most vulnerable people, adults in campsites and trailers not knowing what hit them, and these girls in these camps. There's a boys camp, girls camp, co-ed camps, but it was Camp Mystic. If I could tell you real quick, I just got a text before I came on air, and we're going to hear these stories more and more from parents who text me. They were bringing their little girl who was spared home, and they asked her what happened. And I'm not using any names, but she said they were awakened, and the water was at the door. The camp counselor took a rock and smashed out the window. They climbed out the window in bare feet and nothing but a nightgown on, in neck-high water. They walked through the water. They got to another position where there was some dry land. Then they moved to another position. She said, I don't know how we made it. She had her name on the back of her clothes she was wearing, but she wasn't even in her own clothes at the time. And so these little girls and these camp counselors, you're going to hear heroic story after heroic story. These camp counselors are teenagers themselves for the most part. And they eventually got to higher ground where a helicopter came and rescued them. We have a story of a 27-year-old young man in one of the houses along the riverbank. He saved his mother, and I believe it was his aunt or grandmother, but he was swept away. There was heroism yesterday everywhere. And these camp counselors, again, 750 girls in this camp, and we have 27 missing, and we're not going to give up looking for them. We're not going to give up looking for them. And we're all in, and we're praying for these families.
Lieutenant Governor, you talk about the heroism of the camp counselors and the girls, and it's absolutely true.
Yes.
And it's silver lining at best, I guess, but it does show what human beings are capable of. You've got every type of agency known to man there helping. The first responders are probably, I would imagine, in the thousands or more. We spoke with the Coast Guard this morning. They said they were primarily helping from the air. With the flood still happening, are you able to get into the water with the search for these young girls?
Yeah, we have divers in the water, and it's still a fluid situation. You can see the water still running down quickly. When I was there all day yesterday, it was still moving pretty swiftly. So, you have so much debris you see above the water. It's unbelievable, the damage, but you also have debris under the water. So it's this, and I'm saying rescue and recovery. We're doing both.
Yeah.
If we find a child or an adult alive, we're rescuing them. And if we find someone, a deceased individual, then we're going to recover them. So we are not giving up this rescue attempt. We're holding out for miracles that can still happen. I'm overwhelmed. I have 8 grandchildren, guys, and I talked to one of the parents of the missing children this morning who texted me, and all I could do is just say, I got to hug you when I see you. There are no words except, again, we stand on the rock of our faith, and we'll do everything in our power to find your child, hopefully alive, and to find your child if not. And so these 27, and again, there were many visitors there. This was a 4th of July weekend. It's a town of 20,000 in the middle of kind of central Texas, in the hill country as we call it. But there were thousands of visitors. So we don't even know, in terms of people along the banks and the tents and the rental properties, we don't even know all of those people yet. But there were I do know there was an entire family swept away. The soccer coach at the high school, his wife and himself and the children. I know of another family, the entire family swept away. This is the hardest event I've ever been involved in, 10 years as Lieutenant Governor. We've had a lot of tragedies, but anytime you have children involved, it's the worst. And we've had children involved in other tragedies. But the parents who didn't know, that's what hurt the most. Yeah. Many of the parents knew. And again, all the other camps that were down the river, they accounted for everyone. It was this one camp in this one area of the camp that was low, where most of the young girls, 10, 11, and 12, are missing or saved or deceased. So it's a very hard time. I flew back last night late, and I was next to one of the divers, and I said to him, I don't want to mention his name. I said, "Did you rescue anyone today?" He said, "Only those deceased." This is hard on everyone. It's hard on these families. And I just want the families to know we will not stop till we find your child.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Governor, I want to ask you about Camp Mystic. According to the Associated Press, both AccuWeather and the National Weather Service sent out warnings about flash floodings before the devastation. There was a general flood warning that went out about 12 hours before and a flash flood warning that went out about 3 hours before, but it was sent out very early in the morning. Now, AccuWeather said that the camps in the region, including Camp Mystic, should have been evacuated. So did Texas officials do enough to warn campers of the storm, and should they have been evacuated sooner?
I will leave all those questions to be answered later. Right now, we're trying to rescue anyone we can find alive and recover those that are deceased. But I'll say this, that the National Weather Forecast predicted minor flooding, minor event a day before. And when that warning did go out, and I have all the charts I've seen. When that warning went out, it was about 12 hours before, and the flash flood was like 3 hours before 5 in the morning. So we'll go back and examine all of that. But one thing always to remember, and I don't know if there's fault. If there's fault, we'll find it and we'll fix it. But here's what I do know, is that storms are very unpredictable. And up until the day before, they were saying minor. And then they picked it up a little bit more. And it really wasn't until the 4th that they picked it up a larger number. And that's what people look at, is the National Weather Forecast. And that storm could have moved, it could have moved 50 miles in the last 20 minutes. I've seen hurricanes move in an hour. You know,
Dan, this is kind of flood alley.
It was a watch,
though.
and so we'll see what the warnings and what they were and what they should have been. But we'll look at that after. Right now, let's focus on these 27 and others.
No, our prayers are with you. Yeah, this is flood alley, and I know not long ago they had similar tragedy. 10 people lost their lives, but it was in the same region. So, you know, these flash floods come suddenly, and look, our prayers are with you, all those first responders, and of course the families who are anguished. You know, some are sitting awaiting news of their loved one and their child. So our prayers
Raymond, if people want to help, they can go to the city of Kerrville and donate. There's a page there. Again, we're focused on life right now, but after the fact, there's tremendous property damage. And so if people want to help, but prayer, number one, pray for these families and for these missing children and for those that were missing who were along the banks, the adults there and children as well.
God bless them all, and God bless you. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, thanks for being here, and our prayers certainly go out to them. Dick Eastland, who was the director of that Camp Mystic, he lost his life. They recovered his body because he was trying to rescue these campers. You can imagine a wall of water 26 feet high coming at you, awakening you from sleep. That's the situation these young people went through. And we're talking about kids, 7-year-olds, you know, 8-year-olds. These are small children, and the counselors were 19. So your heart just breaks. But the scope of this is so severe that I think it's a real trauma for the people in Texas.
No, it is. I've got a 6-year-old daughter, and I haven't been home since Tuesday. And covering this for the last day and a half, I mean, I've cried twice because I just can't think. I wouldn't be able to function. I don't know how these families do, but they will. God is how they do. And there's always hope until there isn't. Real quickly, my reaction to this, the book I just put out about first responders, was a rescue diver, and his words always stick with me. He said, you don't find people alive underwater. And so for the divers and the first responders out there working, this is going to be something that lives with them for the rest of their life, too.
Yeah, no, it's traumatic for them as well.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.